Good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing great. Glad to be back here after a bye week of work and trying to get better as a football team, as a defense. We're ready to go up to College Station, face a top 10 football, top 5 football team. Have a lot of talent. They've done a really good job this year of playing winning football. Our job is to go out there and play clean football, play South Carolina brand of football that we know how to play. Looking forward to it. Any questions?
How's it going, Clayton?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen your share of great mobile quarterbacks in this league. You practice against one every day. Where does Marcel Reed rank, and is there anything he does different than some of the other guys you've seen?
Yes, I think Marcel does. I mean, over the years past, I love giving respect to quarterbacks that I've seen that improve their game. I feel like Marcel has definitely done a great job of just trying to be more complete. And obviously when he takes off, he's definitely a threat that can take it all the way. He took one against, I think that was LSU for 50+. We got to do a great job of understanding his game and understanding how they like to use him, and definitely do a great job of understanding just type of player that he is and what he likes to do.
Kind of sticking in that same vein there, they run the RPO incredibly well, and of course their running attack is pretty efficient. What's kind of the challenge of almost playing, not maybe a guessing game, but staying disciplined whenever they do get into those and they have multiple threats on that play?
Yep, discipline definitely the key to the game in regards of, it's basically like option football. You have to really protect the run inside on the perimeter and also the perimeter passes and then the quarterback. So that, to me, that makes it feel like option football. And discipline and technique and understanding your initial assignment, I think, is the most important part. And then also understand that there are secondary things you have to read and react to. And we just have to be great at those fundamentals. Those are just base fundamentals, football, and just technique and understanding, read and react football, and leverage and angles and understanding where your teammates are. But you hit the key word with discipline, and I do believe that's going to be key.
Clayton, what was the main focus for you guys coming into the bye week of after that Ole Miss game, watching the tape, what you guys focus on in practice? What was just the main thing you guys were trying to focus on?
With us defensively, I think the main thing is we were just kind of focusing on finishing plays, and I think that we've been in places, we've had opportunities to really put out some really good defensive efforts, but we haven't just finished at the end of games and end of quarters and plays. I like how we're playing for the most part, but it's just like 2 plays at the end of each game right now. We can almost have some historic performances, but we just got to find a way to dig deeper as a football team and practice that way and meet that way and just kind of get in their brains a little bit, regardless of just like what we really can do as a football team. We kept us in a lot of games and just want to have a chance to win them at the end, but just mainly fundamentals and just really just some other stuff coaching-wise.
What are the keys of keeping at bay a receiver core as good as Texas A&M has?
What was the word you used?
How do you limit them?
There you go. How do we limit them? One, we got to make sure we're matched up correctly. They do a lot of motions, so we can't get confused on the motions. And they have a bunch of good receivers there. Obviously, they have 2 guys with over 40 catches, but the other 2 guys are really good as well. But we want to just do a great job of understanding where they are, and they do a really good job of moving 7-1 around a lot to make sure they get their touches. So that's the first thing, and we got to keep them in front, and we got to tackle them. They're unbelievable after the catch. Those 2 guys are great job of finding those 2 guys and getting them into their system. Two receivers with that kind of yak is dangerous, so we got to be great there.
J.O. has been a guy that seems like continued to come on in every game. What have you seen from him as he continues to improve, as well as Fred Johnson, both being second-year linebackers who are playing a lot?
Yeah, Fred is what he brings to the table is just he's very intelligent, one of the smartest guys. I'm not gonna stay in the building, but he's up there. So he can take a lot of information. He loves football. He loves the way he plays. He's very aggressive. He's a downhill linebacker. Great retention. That's all 3 of those guys are super smart in that way, and that's really fun to coach. And it's also fun to watch them coach other players. I think the main thing he does, he's aggressive. He's downhill. He likes to tackle. He likes contact. We got to make sure he keep his head up on most of his contacts so he can not getting dinged up with concussions and stuff, and his shoulders. But he has a great read and react ability. Love how he runs and he plays square for the most part. I think that's very important for a linebacker, and he uses his hands great. I ain't really giving no negative, did I? Nah, he's pretty good though.
How have you seen Coach Furry's energy and confidence kind of radiate throughout the building and the offense on the practice field this week?
Yes, it's definitely one of those vibes where one thing I love about coaching here is Coach Beamer lets us be ourselves as people and as coaches. And I think when obviously with the promotion of Coach Furry, he's being himself. You hear him when he was a receivers coach. You hear him when he got the passing game coordinator title. You hear him as a coordinator. So the good thing about him, I think the most important thing as a coordinator, if you can never be, you're able to be yourself. If you're able to, implement your own thoughts and your own ideas and concepts, and also listen to others, and don't be afraid to still tape off other people's stuff. But your coach lets you do that. I think that's when you have a great chance to be successful. But if you have a coach that's going to hover you and helicopter you and all that kind of stuff, I think you can kind of limit a coach. But coaching here, Coach Beamer, I will say he lets us coach football and the way we want to coach, and I think Furry's going to do a great job.
Hey, Clayton. A&M's got 3 guys averaging over 5 yards a carry. They're one of the most efficient rush offenses in the league. How do you prepare for a rushing attack like that?
Yes, that's a good observation there. We have to do a great job of tackling one. We have to do a great job of leveraging our gaps. The running backs, they only have 20 negative yards total as a total running back group. So the guys that touch the ball the most, so they're doing a great job of falling forward. That's how you average 5 yards a carry. Just don't fall. They're getting positive yards. So we got to find a way to get in the backfield some to get them some negative yards to knock that average down. But the talented backs that fall forward, they do a good job up front and getting the hat on the hat. But we got to do a great job of changing the math up front to try to get some TFLs and to get those numbers a little off track. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. Take care.